Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost. Thank you so much for being on my channel, where we are talking about the multi-dimensional approach to rapidly and radically healing and transforming during and after narcissistic abuse. This video is about shifting your energy field to radically heal and transform after narcissistic abuse, or in anything. This one is everything. What I learned about trauma is it is stored in the body, but it's an energetic field issue. Most things that are keeping us stuck, we're not healing from, which is our natural set point. The body wants to heal. We're not, trauma freezes you, so we're not evolving. We have things in our energy field that are inhibiting that. My work works on a conscious, subconscious, and energetic and spiritual level. Now, the beauty of this work is you can shift this sustainably, right? In a way that you never go back to. You remove trauma by removing it from the energy field. When I help people clear energy, it's like alchemy. So what happens is energy is never actually created and destroyed. You have the same amount of energy you have available to you, but parts of your energy field get distorted, yeah? And we can just turn them back to health and well-being and light, right? And you vibrating in alignment with your essence, right? You are an energy body. We all are. Energy and emotions are two different things. So for example, my energy, the dominant energy in the universe wins. So my energy could be confident and solid and steady overall, but I might be going through an emotion of fear. They're not the same. If you stay in emotions and don't process them, they impact your energy field, yes, but they are two different things. I teach this in Sovereign. Please come in if you can. I'm keeping it open for now because I feel like we need to be in it. Like, it's so groundbreaking when you approach things. I do give you information, I do give you processes for your mind, and I shift your energy sustainably. What I was really keen on doing was understanding sustainable change in humans. The most mind-blowing thing that I know is there's no one who's too old, too ill, too poor, too anything to radically transform their lives. There's no one. You've got an energetic body issue, not the problems that you think in the external world. Hear me out. What most people do is don't know how to change their energetic, right? You can't fake this. You have to truly do it. You can't fake it. So they react to all their circumstances. So you are just a reaction to everything in your life, and that is continuing to keep you in a often very rigid energy, right? Your energy would be like this, like quite stuck, especially if you're traumatized or not really moving or keep replaying the same events. Your energy is very stuck, but it's supposed to be very fluid, yeah? Anyone can shift their energetic state. That's a fact. It's not a time thing. It's an alignment thing. It's not like, so what's so fascinating to me about trauma, which seems so heavy, especially if you've been through it for most of your life, it's not how long you've been in trauma and how long you thought the wrong or not helpful thoughts or how long you've been in pain that will determine how quickly you can change. In fact, change is way quicker than you think. I was teaching in Sovereign that when we do the shifts in what I do, it's like, imagine if you had a pipe, right? And that pipe, so imagine a pipe that goes from the house and, you know, channels the water out. Imagine that pipe is really clogged. So imagine all the dense, black, disgusting, filthy crap that goes in pipes that gets really stuck. And that's trauma, by the way. That's what happens to you after narcissistic abuse. All this black, gunky, shitty problem. Once we start moving it, fresh water, different energy that I start literally flowing with people, through people, they do it themselves, but I help facilitate this with them. What happens is those clogs start loosening in the pipe and there's a flow. Now sometimes there's a flow and then you get another clog because the water isn't flowing yet fully. The energy isn't flowing yet fully. So another clog comes, but they quickly do it. You know, with water and pipes, that once it gains momentum, enough momentum, the pipe will just literally clear out all the clogs. That's what happens in my work. That's the process of sovereign. That's the energy work. It clears out all the clogs. It doesn't matter what the clogs were. It just clears it out because the dominant energy, the new, fresh, energetic, is now the thing. Your energy is not as hard to change as you would think. It doesn't mind how long it's been. It doesn't care what you've been through. It's just what's the clog and how do we flush it? Do you see? It's not about... And actually, to be honest, with trauma, there's not that many traumas. That you may have hundreds of traumatic experiences. I had many of them. But they were only causing a few root clogs, like a few root causes, a few root, very deep subconscious patterns and belief systems and pain that I hadn't been able to heal from. It was actually just a few wounds that were re-triggered, if you like. It's not that you've got millions of traumas. There are only a few. There's a few clogs in your pipe, far less than you think of. And once I get this going with you, or you do it, it is extraordinary how quickly you can change. And then it's a natural side effect that you'll change your life. It's a natural side effect that you'll leave the narcissist. You're not an energetic match to that anymore. So you can't be in poverty. You can't be in pain. You can't be in those things. They're not a match to you anymore. This is honestly how it works. Let me tell you something about energy. See if you can do this. Imagine, so most people have got very collapsed auras. That's like your field of energy is like part of your energy field is your aura, and it should be about 6 feet outside of you. I teach people just to do this, like literally consciously push your aura out. If I go into a room, yeah, and I've had a bad day, say, right, and I'm all crabby and closed and contracted, and I go into the room with all feeling that energy, and I'm all contracted, yeah, and I'm shrunken down. Chances are no one will see me in that room, and I'll just think no one sees me in the world and everything's bad, and if someone looks at me I'll probably think, well, they're looking at me funny because I'm in that energy. You can do this exercise today. If you intend, so before you go into that room, take a deep breath, or grocery store, anything you do this weekend, and you intend to take up space. I've got a really good energy activation in Southern on taking up space, but you intend to take up space. You take a moment to push your aura out anywhere it's collapsed. And you walk into that room and you put your shoulders back and you want to radiate something beautiful. I would radiate love. I would radiate seeing everyone. I would gift what I want to receive because I love doing that for humanity. I feel like this is a beautiful way to be. So, you know, I would intend that I would send my energy out and radiate it, and that everyone in that room gets seen and feels good about themselves. And I would intend to take up space. When you walk into that room, people will notice you. Because you haven't responded to your day, you haven't looked around to see how people respond to you, you chose the dominant energy. And people, you watch it, practice this, you see how things change. When you move your energy, the world moves around you. You stop being this collateral damage of life and you start being the one who life responds to. In my work, people do things because I change their energy, and the narcissists, it happened in my life, just literally are like children. Like they're just like, okay, yes, after messy conflict, after people who thought they would fight them to the death in a divorce, they now, the narcissist, I tell my clients how to speak to them and change their energy, the narcissist will follow instructions and go away. That's how powerful what I'm teaching you is. It's not about controlling people. I will never agree to that. I will never ever, I'll never read or channel psychically for you another human being in a way that is non-consensual. I'll help you understand how people feel about you perhaps in certain sessions, but I will never ever let you invade someone's free will or try and control them. But as it relates, because I think that's against free will, by the way, as it relates to you, as it relates to your life, I will teach you how to be powerful and in your own energy. You will have to come into private sessions with me, private coaching or sovereign, to really get the best out of that. This is extraordinary work. The other thing you've got energetically You see, your mind isn't a very strong energy field. In fact, your mind is a reaction to everything you've ever experienced in your life. And your mind is really just there to, it's like your assistant, your mind, right? It's like your assistant that is like always making you check in case anything goes wrong. It's not the voice to follow. It's just like, the mind will let you know of every possibility, if you let it, that could go wrong, just so that you have considered risk. That's all it's there for. Your strongest energy center is your heart. Scientifically, this is where I geek out, so like bear with me. The energy of your heart is the strongest electromagnetic field. The more I get you out of your head into your heart, another exercise, keep dropping down into your heart, hands on the heart. Think from your heart. Feel from your heart, right? If you start doing that more, this is your engine. Not this, this is your engine. This is just a little assistant that goes, do you think we've got enough water for the road trip? We'll be all right. Think from your heart. Drop your energy down. You can do this at any point. When you're too in your head and you're worried, you're overwhelmed, just consciously put your hands on your heart, intend. If you're nervous, if you're in fear, if you're in anxiety, before you go into a room or a meeting or something very important to you, before you do it, think about what I said about your aura and taking up space and drop into your heart. When someone's trying to get you in your head, gaslight you, brainwash you, manipulate you, into the heart. Don't get caught up in the head. They'll take you away from yourself there. This is where you live. The more you live here, the more powerful you'll be. Power without force, power without control, power without manipulation, power from truth in your heart. Lots of love, guys. Please keep commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I'll speak to you soon.